Hey, everybody. How are you? It's Monday, November 3rd. I just got back from Hawaii on actually Halloween. I was flying on Halloween, and I'm really excited that this is the first live that I'm going to be doing post post Halloween. John's coming in here soon. He goes, he's like, what's going on? So here we are, and this whole episode, for lack of better words, is dedicated to our 2026 TQS BOM, and we're calling it the BOM experience with thequiltshow.com. We'll get to that in a minute. But a little history of the BOM before we get into it. Oh, I'm so mean. I think our first one was in 2008 with the late Sue Garman. And she actually kind of took it on as her own thing, which was fabulous. And I'm getting some history here. And then sadly, she was diagnosed with cancer and passed. And in her final BOM that she did with us, Barbara Black stepped in to help orchestrate it and get us through it. And she did such a magnificent job. Hey, Barbara, and everybody up in Arnold, that she has stayed on, and she's kind of our Sherpa with the whole thing. But you want to hear some of the people that we've done the BOMs with? Okay, I got a list here. Gosh, I hope I don't leave anybody out. We had Pat Hawley and Sue Nichols, Sarah Vedler, Lynn. Hi, she's this year's. Jen Kingwell, Sarah Filkey, Irene Blank, Wendy Williams. Remember that Color My World? Whoo! Edita Sitar, Becky Goldsmith, Lynette Anderson, Janet Stone, and oh my gosh, if I'm leaving anybody up, please put it in the comments. But I think we've got them all. And the really cool thing about our BOMs is if you go to shows, both major like Houston and Paducah, regional like Mancuso or Road to California, or local guild shows, you will often find our BOMs are beautifully represented there. And I will tell you that we have gotten at least 1,000 ribbons off our BOMs. So I'm really proud that we can bring you excited. I don't, the word proud's kind of haughty to me. Excited to bring to you the 2006 experience. And let's see. Oh gosh, we got a lot of people. Yay. And with no further ado, I would like to what did I say? 2026? Oh, I just said it said 2006. Back to the Future? I don't know. 2026. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. So, anyways, we'll get to the specifics after you meet our 2026 designer, and we did a video together to explain how she came up with this concept because this is not a typical you know who quilt. And in fact, she says it may be one of her favorites ever. I know I like it a lot. So let me go find the video and I'll see you on the other side. Becky Goldsmith. Yay! It's so good to see you.
I'm happy to be here.
Hey, listen, I have to tell everybody that, well, you've done the BOM before, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's take a look at what it was. It was called Sizzle. If some of you did it, fantastic. And you actually did two, right? Two colorways.
Yes. Yes. Warm and cool.
So here's the cool, it's funny. I can't tell you which one sold faster. I can't tell you.
I know I made the blue one first.
Huh?
Yeah. And then I made the second one.
Well,
This one.
people have, I think the warm
Seems like
one might have sold a little bit faster, and I'm taking more with the blue. So it just, what do you know, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked the blue one better myself, but that's just me.
Well, it's autumn right now, so I'm kind of gearing towards.
do that.
Hey, you can do both. And the thing I wanna make clear to everybody is the block of the month is one of the perks that you get when you're a subscribing member, which is less than 50 bucks a year, and you get all the shows and all that good stuff. But once that year is done, it's done, and Becky owns that pattern, correct?
Yes, I do. Yeah, and it's for sale on my website
Okay, and
still,
what's your website again?
piecocake.com.
Yeah, or you could probably do Becky Goldsmith and it would come up too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
S so
It's like you, Alex Anderson, you're gonna come up.
you're gonna find it. So, I don't know when I approached you, Becky, honestly, I don't, but you were such a dream to work, or maybe you had even said to me first, "I would be willing to do it again," and then the, river went by, and
Yeah,
yeah, and, then I approached you probably in Houston, I don't know,
it
and
was. It was
yeah,
at market.
and you
Yeah.
were game to do it,
Yeah.
and so you go ahead.
Well, and my first thought, I had been wanting to do something with a big star in the middle. That was my first thought.
Mhm.
And I was going to do more piecing and applique around it, something a little more traditional. That was my original thought. And that was the thought that everybody said, okay, you can do that. And then it sort of changed.
And then it sort of changed, and what I'm really excited about this particular chit chat that we're having and we're sharing, what you came up with is so ingenious and different, and it's my understanding it might be one of your favorite quilts ever.
I love this quilt. And honestly, I think when people see it, they won't necessarily connect it with me. It is me.
Absolutely.
It's way me, but it's a different kind of me.
Well, somebody in my mini group, they're going, "Come on, man, tell us." And I said, "I'll tell you this much, it's Becky Goldsmith." And then someone said, "Oh my god, is it gonna be a bunch of applique?" And I'm like, "No, no."
Not
So
even close.
let's talk about how we got to what you decided to do, and it's my understanding it started in New York City.
Oh, yeah. So that's my son, Jeff. And I go to him for about a week every Thanksgiving because everybody else in the family, they're not big Thanksgiving people. And Jeff and I love Thanksgiving. So I go to New York and we do many of the Thanksgiving y things, right? So we look at the parade and oh, Jeff makes a wonderful turkey and he's all about the food and the places, and we do fun things. We do very fun things. So
Like?
that was Central Park. We always walk Central Park. And then this last year,
I
we did
just
this.
started.
This is so much fun. So if you're in New York and you go to Hudson Yards, there's the skyscraper called the Edge. And if you buy tickets, they're not cheap. But if you buy tickets, you can go up to about the 100th floor and they put you in these jumpsuits and they lock you into this system so that you can't get out of the system until you're off of this platform and down into safer parts. But you go out at about the 100th floor to the outside of the building and you walk up at about a 45-degree angle up 166 steps on the outside of the building until you get to this platform. And see, it's a little bit cloudy. Everybody else in our group bailed, but
Oh,
Jeff and I
I
said,
would have bailed.
well, no, it was kind of cold and it was kind of cloudy. It softened the view below. We want to do this again when it's really clear, but we got up there and you can walk to the edge of that platform and you hang the front of your toes over and lean out. And you can also lean backwards. It is scary and fun. And we want to do it again. It was super.
I would tinkle my pants.
No, you know what it is? They don't call it the lean, they call it the climb. Because really, truly, walking up at 45 degrees, 166
That's
steps, that high,
huge.
it's a lot of stairs. And it's not like you're stopping and breathing every fourth stair. You're just kind of marching your way up those things.
And I wanna put out there too that you are a walker. I mean, you do,
Oh, yeah.
right? And don't you
Oh, yeah.
do yoga or Pilates or
Yeah,
something
I
too?
teach yoga 3 days a week and I walk, and my walk in the morning includes a pretty steep hill. So Yeah, you want to be in shape for this. Although I did ask them who was the oldest person who'd been up. It was somebody in their 80s. Yeah. So, if you're fit enough, it's super fun. I recommend it.
What do they used to say? I'll pretend I did and say I won't do it, but I'll pretend I did. Or no, no,
Whatever.
no, no.
Yeah, I want to. We have talked about doing it again this year. Don't
Good,
know.
good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then tell me how the adventures. Tell me what happened and how you got
Okay.
to the way we're
Okay.
going.
So I went to the Folk Art Museum on my own because Jeff has been there enough times and he had something else to do. So maybe it was after the climb or somewhere in there. And I went, and if you haven't been to the Folk Art Museum, it's really an interesting place, and um, exhibits change.
And isn't that where didn't Paula have a show there too, Nadelstern? I
Yes,
mean, they do
yeah,
do quilt shows there periodically.
at least one and maybe two. And honestly, the reason I went, they had a really nice antique quilt on display. It was like an
Okay.
album quilt. It was really fascinating. So I went for that. And then I walked into the back room where it was carnival games. Yeah, yeah. And I'm walking through, and there were all these different things. And then I got to the game boards. And this was the first one I got to. And I'm looking at that. I'm a quilter. And I was thinking, these could be fun.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
really nice design possibilities there. And I personally am not a carnival game player.
What is a carnival game like? Throwing a ball to get a stuffed animal?
Yeah, or I always figure they are designed to make money for the carnival and not for the game player.
You mean like gambling?
Yeah, kind of. I figure it's not entirely possibly legal or fair, but there were other games, right? There were other games, but even like Parcheesi, I'm not that big of a game player. I'm more of a throw caution to the wind and lean over the edge of the building
Oh,
person. Those are the games I play. So,
oh my
I
gosh.
do Wordle and I do a bunch of other games, but carnival game boards, this was new. So I went through and I looked, and each board, they just got more and more interesting.
How old,
Um,
Becky? How old do you think these are?
oh,
Mid 18?
somewhere between 75 and 100 years old.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, these were old, and you could tell they were worn. It's not,
Look at
and that,
this.
yeah, I figured there were pegs involved with this, but
Yeah.
isn't that a great design? That's a good example of improvisational design, and it would be really fun to base an improvisationally pieced quilt on this. So I'm looking at it going, this is pretty interesting. And it's even pretty interesting if you look at the line work. And if you were going to piece this to do it lines against, say, dark, rather than viewing each one of those sections as an opportunity to change color. Well, that's pretty
That
interesting.
is very interesting. To me, that looks like that's really old. The other thing it
Yeah.
reminded me of, because Becky sent me all these pictures before so we could share them with you guys, it kind of reminded me of what you might find on a sidewalk, like
Yeah,
hopscotch
like
or
a
something.
hopscotch game. And these were not huge, maybe 2 feet, two and a
Okay.
half feet square ish. And this looks like it would have had marbles on it. And
So those
maybe
are
you roll.
indentation. Those are
Yeah,
indentation.
yeah, they're
Okay.
actual indentations. And see the opening at the bottom? Maybe
Yeah.
it was like bowling. I don't know. Maybe you rolled them in and tried to get five of a color or something. I don't know. Who knows?
So
But
they
I thought
didn't,
it was kind of,
excuse me, they didn't have any sort of explanation of what the game was or anything like that.
not that I recall, but you know what? I am not your best museum goer
You're
in
a
the
building
like
hanger.
I look at the art and then consider reading the plaque.
Okay, I know, I hear you.
And this one
Ooh.
this looks like a game I've seen before. And there's a couple of these blocks that turned up in the final quilt.
Mhm, mhm.
And so those of you who look at this and you wonder, well, where did the inspiration came from? Came from those silly game boards.
So, look what I'm just noticing with that center star, it's almost like there's little carvings of wheat or something, or else it was drawn, I don't know. But it's
It
beautiful.
may have been painted on. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. And, I looked at these game boards and assumed it was men making them. I never made the assumption that women, I mean, when you think of a carnival game
Right.
and where they would have been played and what time of day they would have been played, these all felt more masculine than feminine to me.
Mhm, mhm.
And this, just even as a design, isn't that interesting the way the circle shapes and sizes change?
Yep.
And this is really similar to a previous game where you've got say, the piece north, south, east, west blocks that are almost cross shaped. They've got that little, I have no idea what
Did
those mean.
at what point when you were in there did you go, "Okay, this is what I'm doing for the BOM?"
This was when I got to the last one.
Okay, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
this
because I
is
looked at it,
crazy.
I know, and I was tempted. I was tempted by this, but I looked at it, and you remember back to Sizzle, there were enough foundation paper piece blocks in Sizzle that were a little on the scary side, and I decided I did not want to do that necessarily in this quilt, especially that bottom swirly thing. Oh gosh, that would be so much fun to do.
Yeah, you
You would
could do
almost
that too. Becky
Oh,
could do
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, and honestly, if you treated it as an interior and with the interior set into the outside and you applicate it instead of piecing it. But again, I have a suspicion, no, I know for real, there are more piecers than applicators in the world. There just are. And I didn't want to do a block of the month that felt exclusionary to the vast majority of quilters.
Well, I wanna tell everybody, you are gonna see this before this whole thing's over today, and, the beautiful thing about it what you are sharing with us is you don't have to be a brain surgeon to do it,
Yeah,
but it's a playground, it's a game that you can do whatever you want with it, which is really exciting.
I thought so.
Yeah,
So, yeah, this one, again, it was just interesting. I like those stars and
yeah.
that star idea, it turned up again, but I didn't set the stars inside the circles, although that could have been fun.
Well, you know what? I feel like we've seen some of these stars already, which is
Oh, yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
So, okay, next to last.
Yeah,
There it
these.
is, the star.
Oh, I wanted to put these in, but I have pieced a Lemoyne star before. And you know what? Having 16, isn't it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points coming together in the middle? Well, it's just not fun.
It's not for the meek of heart.
It isn't. And, while they're beautiful and I can do them, I didn't want to do them. And I figured if I didn't want to do them, nobody else would either.
So, I don't mean to be contradictory, but are those Lemoyne stars? I think of them as having 1 more point.
Yeah, a Lemoyne would have more. A Lemoyne
Okay,
would have
okay.
more. But doesn't it have that feel? Doesn't it
Well,
feel like
no,
a Lemoyne?
it has that feel that that center's there and you're gonna slit your wrist. That's what it feels
Yeah,
like.
and you just say, "I quit. I don't
Yeah,
I don't wanna." And so I didn't. I mean, even with a hammer, with the mallet on the hard thing, they're just not fun.
I know, I know. Put a button on top, somehow that mess it.
Or a circle is you applique a circle.
Okay, so now we're coming to the one that you went, "Here's a quilt."
Yeah. I looked at it and I said, "Oh, yeah. That is gonna be the center of the quilt. Forget the Lone Star, the big piece Lone Star. This is it." And it really is. And honestly, I figured I would change more of the color distribution than I did, but I didn't really. This is a game. I have no idea how you'd play it, but the balance of the lights and darks and colors,
Beautiful.
I mean, there's a system to it that I don't understand, and I decided I didn't care.
I
You
do
know,
not care. I do
I
not
do
care.
not care. That's exactly right. So when I sat down to begin work on it, I made, can I say solid in print?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Okay,
let me hang
so
up. I'm gonna show people these pieces.
the
Mhm.
first quilt was solids. That was me feeling my way through, like, I didn't sit down I did sit down and sort of map it out. I mapped out how all the different blocks fit together, but I didn't know how I would color it until I got to whichever strip I was working on, and I didn't know
And
until I did them.
and the beauty of it is, and again, I'm gonna show you in a minute, the blocks are interchangeable, so you can make your game board whatever you want to
Yeah.
be.
After you get the inside square done, now let me say that the inside square is broken down into the first 3 months. This is
Okay.
in the block of the month kind of thing. It's an atypical arrangement.
Okay.
Week number 1 is easy, or month number 1 is pretty easy.
Mhm.
Month number 2, not hard. Month
Number 3.
number 3, you hold your breath and just work your way through setting the pieces together, and you can.
Oh, I
I
know you
promise
can.
you
And
you can.
your
And,
your instructions are like, "Yeah,"
thank
right?
you, thank
Yeah.
you. So beyond that, everything else is either 3 inches or 6 inches, and you can move things around. It's great fun.
You did a solids first, and who was the fabric? It was I don't wanna say the name wrong. What's the fabric line with the solids?
Tilda. It's mostly Tilda.
Tilda, that's what I
Almost
was okay,
all of
yeah.
it is Tilda solids, and, each company's solids, well, each company's fabrics, they have their own
Yes. Look.
personality,
Mhm.
and Tildas, they're nice. They don't scream, but they don't fade either.
Right, right,
There's
right.
some good colors, so that's mostly what I used. I had to supplement with a few others.
And then if you're a print girl, the colors are kinda the same, but if you prefer prints, Becky's got that for you too. She made both.
Yeah, yeah, because the attitude between the solids and the prints, it's just different. They look very similar, but they're different.
Becky, thank you so much. And I'm not going anywhere, people. I'm going to say adieu to Becky, and then you get to see the quills. And I know you're going
Sure,
to be
well,
so excited.
I want everybody to have great fun playing their own games with this quilt.
Game on, baby. Game on.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to tease you, and then I'm going to answer specifics. Okay. Here's a little tease. Oh, parcheesi, right? Parcheesi. I will tell you there is a little applique in this, all right? I love this quilt. It is I think 66 by 66. All right. So let's look at the tilde. Game on. Game on. Oh, I love this quilt. I love this quilt 10,000 times and even that many times over. Okay, so here's the deal, people, and we'll show you the print one in a few minutes here. If you look, the outside borders, the first inner one after the brown is 3 inches, I think, and then it's 6 inches for the other, and then it's 3 inches, I think. I don't have the pattern in front of me, but basically, you can rearrange those any single way you want, which is why we're calling it it's your quilt. You can do what you want, okay? Now here we go. I will now show you the print. Again, the colorway feels kind of the same, but a lot of people just like, I'm an applique girl, I'm a pieced girl, I'm not a solid girl, I'm a print girl. So these are just spectacular, just spectacular. Becky, we are so happy. When we saw this being built and made, we were all losing our minds because I don't think that this has a Becky Goldsmith stamp on it. and yet it does, right? So again, there is a little applique, and a Carmen, huh? Here we go, and then this one, and then let me give you some particulars, okay? First of all, oh, what did I just do here? Um, the kits are going on sale today, and let me give you some particulars, all right? Again, it's 66 by 66, and the, solids price is a little bit less than the prints price, and it has to do with the amount of fabric in the kit, etcetera. Don't ask me, I'm not the expert, but remember, this is free shipping. The solid is 239, the tilde, right? 239, almost all tilde. The Prince price is 279. Now, here's what you need to know. We have the tilde kits in-house, so they will start shipping immediately. If you want the the solids, I'm talking solids. I don't know what just came out of my mouth. The Prince piece, we're still waiting for one piece, but we got our hands on it, got to cut it, yada yada. It will ship probably in about a month. But this is super duper important, what I want to tell you. If you order the Prince kit and you order other things, you've got two choices. If you do it on one order, it's going to wait and ship when the print kit ships. If you want that other stuff now, okay, then you make it on two separate orders. All right. So you got that. If you want it all at the same time, it will get put away and we will ship out in about a month. If you want, say, this stuff over here, and then you also want the kit, then do two separate orders. I hope I'm really clear on that. All right. And okay, so here's the other thing. So somebody mentioned scraps. Of course, you can do it in scraps. The pattern, okay, this is a free perk for being a member of thequiltshow.com. And this is on top of the shows that we do and our newsletters and all that good stuff. The pattern costs $49. Oh, wait, that's the price of being a member. You have to be a member to get this. So if you're not, you might want to join, today, and then you get everything. So yes, of course you can do it out of your scraps, but I don't know. I don't know, man. That Tilda fabric is singing to me right now. Then again, I'm more solid than print right now. That's the phase I'm in. Okay, so um, I want to talk to you about Barbara Black. All right. Barbara has agreed to shepherd us again this next year, as she has been doing, well, ever since Sue Garman and she were super close. I mean, super close. All right. So ever since she lost her BFF Sue, she has been with us. Here's what you need to know on that. All right. Next Monday, like right now at 10 o'clock Pacific time, right here, same place, Barbara is going to join you. And she's going to help you get ready for the TQS experience BOM 2026. And why do we say that? We just don't throw the BOM at you. We give you monthly lessons. We have Barbara to guide you. We've got a forum. It's so interesting how each year we tie into a community of makers together, which makes it really fun. So we don't want to just say BOM. We want to call it the BOM experience. Now, what she's going to talk to you about on Monday is this. She has the kit, she's got the pattern, and she is going to advise about the kit, all right? And one thing she wants to say is, if you get the kit and the pattern at the same time, remember the kit is separate from the pattern. The pattern is $49, and then the kits are 239 and 279. One time somebody wrote and goes, "Well, I thought I got the quilt made." No. Do not pre-cut your fabric. have Barbara guide you because she has really specific thoughts about this. And I know for myself, I've gone in and pre-cut the stuff and then I've cut it wrong. And then you feel like you're hanging off that building in New York City. Um, and then she'll help you identify what fabric is what, okay? And also, if you're a little adverse to paper piecing, she's going to cover that too. So she's going to be your Sherpa throughout the year. And Becky always gives startling instructions. So I'm just not worried about it. Okay, let me look and see if we've got questions here. Is there enough fabric provided in the kit to pre-wash and starch? I do not know. Ask that in the that would be a Barbara question. You are not asking the leader here. Okay. I'm going to talk about pre-washing. In the case of these fabrics, I personally would not. And now maybe Barbara's rolling over right now in Arnold, California in her grave. I like how it comes off the bolt. However, if you know, and that's just period. All right, period. So that's kind of my thing. Like if you got jelly rolls, you wouldn't pre-wash those, right? You'd have a tangled up mess. It's my opinion. Barbara can answer that better than I can. I'm so glad Jennifer will be walking us through this. Yes, she is fabulous. Okay. Restream, Barbara. Yeah, Barbara, you're getting yourself some loves here. The pattern used to come via TQS once a month. This year we purchased the pattern. No, it'll come to you once a month. It'll come to you once a month. Yes, if you're a star member, the pattern is free. That is right, Christine. It's one of the perks we bring you. I don't see the pattern on the website. I don't know about that. Okay, Barbara just said, I don't pre-wash. Like, sister, sister. Okay. The pattern's free for star members. The 49 buck price covers the patterns and the shows. If a member comes to the pattern, if a member does the pattern come with the fabric kit, can't see it in your shop. I don't know why it's not in the shop. Get with it, gang. We're gonna give everybody a half hour, okay? No, the print kit is not also Tilda. It's a mix of different prints from different manufacturers. And things might not be exactly the same, but Kristen always knocks herself out to get as close as we can get. Sometimes the designers pull from their stash. The pattern isn't on the website. It comes Oh, a piece at a time with okay, thank you. Okay, Doy. Okay, of course it's not on the website because you'll get the first installment the first of the year. Thank you. Thank you, BN9242. You just saved my skin. If I order the Tilda solid kit today, will it ship right away? Yeah. The only one that's hung up is the print one. Mm, I don't know if hi, Kelly. I don't know if this is I don't think these are chambrays. Uh, yes, there will be, okay, Carol. Hey, Carol. Oh, what are you gonna do it? You're gonna do it in wool again? Carol says, okay, if you're new here, Carol's the one that did Color My World or whatever in kind of a Sue Spargo wool. It was the first quilt she ever made. Oh, jeez. I was even thinking about you when I was putting this together. If we Okay, well, before I sign off, I'll put the solid up again so you can see it. If we want to use our own stash or purchase fabric on our own, will fabric requirements be provided up front? John told me it was going up as I was doing this. Okay. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Here are some of the fabrics. Moda, Benedict's Free Spirit, and more. Pattern comes out in January. Starch, not pre-washed. Okay, see, there is a whole chit chat about pre-wash or not, and we're not gonna get into that today. We all have our preferences. Yes, I will show again. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us. This has just been fantastic, and as we say goodbye, okay, here we go. I'm gonna go to this. And you can enjoy this, snap a pic if you want. Feel free to share this on your social media. If you want the solids, we'll be shipping today. If you want the prints, do not delay. We do not have as many prints. So let me show that one again, and then I'll land out on the solids. Okay. And I believe this is a no, I'm not gonna say anything to get myself in trouble. I never get myself in trouble. Carol Berry. Oh, Carol. I loved your quilt. Oh my goodness. John. No, no. Okay, people. Um, have a great day. I believe Dee is this Saturday. And then remember, Barbara is on Monday to get you headed in the right direction. You do not want me to be your Sherpa. I can guarantee that. Bye bye, people. Thank you for